"I don't need your permission," she said when I found out she'd booked a vacation with her male best friend. I agreed completely. She didn't need my permission to come home to an empty apartment either. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Hey Reddit, I've been lurking here for a while, reading all these wild stories about relationships gone wrong, and I never thought I'd be posting one myself. But here I am, almost a year after everything blew up, finally ready to get this off my chest. It's a long one, so buckle up. I'll try to keep it straightforward, but honestly, reliving this still stings a bit. Names changed, obviously. Let's call her Emily, and her best friend Jake. I'm just some guy who thought he had it all figured out. Spoiler, I didn't, but I do now. We met 5 years ago at a mutual friend's barbecue. I was 28, working as a project manager for a mid-sized tech firm in the city. Decent pay, stable hours, nothing flashy, but enough to build a life on. Emily was 26, fresh out of undergrad and hustling as a junior marketer for a startup. She had this infectious energy, always talking about big dreams, traveling the world, climbing the corporate ladder, living that no-regrets life. I fell hard. She was beautiful, smart, and made me laugh like no one else. From the start, I was all in. I supported her every step. When she decided to go back for her master's in business, I covered most of the rent on our apartment so she could focus on classes. I'd cook dinner after my long days, handle the laundry, even proofread her papers late into the night. "You're my rock," she'd say, curling up next to me on the couch. I believed it. Hell, I lived for it. But looking back, the cracks were there early. Emily had this guy Jake from her old job, a platonic best friend she'd known since college. They texted constantly, shared inside jokes, and hung out one-on-one more than I was comfortable with. I'd bring it up gently, like, "Hey, it feels a bit off when you stay out till 2 a.m. with him." She'd roll her eyes, call me insecure. "Jake's like a brother, babe. You're being paranoid." So I'd back off, not wanting to be that controlling guy everyone warns about. Over time, it got worse. She'd post photos of them on social media, arms around each other at bars, captioning things like, "Best nights with my favorite human." Hashtag BFF goals. Comments from her friends. "You two are so cute together." I'd scroll past, feeling that pit in my stomach, but I'd push it down. I trusted her, right? That's what love is. Flashback to last summer. Emily had been stressed with work, so I surprised her with tickets to a weekend music festival she'd been dying to go to. But she bailed last minute. "Too tired. Sorry, babe." Turns out, she went hiking with Jake instead. I found out from her stories. When I asked why she lied, she shrugged it off. It was spontaneous. Why do you always make everything a big deal? That night, I sat alone in our living room, staring at the wall, wondering if I was the problem. I'd given up my own hobbies, gym time, hanging with buddies, to make more space for us. For her, I thought it was investment in our future. Kids, marriage, the whole deal. She talked about it too, or at least she used to. Then came the real gut punch. It was October, about a year ago now. I was on our shared laptop updating our calendar for the holidays when a notification popped up. Flight confirmation for a week-long trip to a beach resort. 2 tickets. Her name and Jake's. No mention of me. My heart dropped. I stared at the screen, rereading the email. Dates lined up with her girls' trip she'd vaguely mentioned. But this wasn't girls. It was a romantic getaway, complete with a couple's suite upgrade. I waited till she got home from work. My mind raced. Was this cheating? Emotional, at least? Or was I overreacting again? I decided to stay calm, give her a chance to explain. But deep down, I knew. Emily walked in around 7 p.m., tossing her bag on the counter like any other day. She was humming some tune, scrolling her phone, probably texting him. I was sitting at the kitchen table, the laptop open to the email. No accusations, just facts. I needed to hear it from her. "Hey, Em," I said evenly. "Can we talk? I saw this pop up on the calendar." She glanced over, her face shifting from casual to annoyed in a second. "What, the trip?" "Yeah, Jake and I are going." "What's the issue?" I took a breath. "The issue is it's just you two, at a beach resort. You told me it was a girl's thing." "Why lie?" She crossed her arms, leaning against the fridge. "I didn't lie. I changed plans. The girls backed out, and Jake had miles to burn. It's not a big deal. We're friends." "Why are you always so jealous?" Jealous? This looks like a romantic vacation. Couple sweet? Come on, be real with me. Is something going on with you and Jake? She laughed, a sharp, dismissive sound that cut right through me. Oh my God, seriously? You're doing this now? Yes, something's going on. I'm finally living my life instead of being stuck in this routine with you. Jake gets it. He pushes me to be adventurous, not whatever this is. She waved her hand at our apartment at me. I felt the room spin a bit. So what? You're cheating on me. Cheating? She smirked, shaking her head like I was a child. It's not cheating if I'm not happy here. You've been suffocating me with your stability. Jake makes me feel alive. We talk about real stuff, dreams, travel, not just bills and Netflix. I deserve that. But we've built something here, I said, my voice steady despite the ache. 5 years. I supported you through school, through everything. This is how you repay that. Repay. Her tone turned mocking. This isn't a transaction. I don't know you for being a boyfriend. And honestly, if you were more exciting, maybe I wouldn't need this. But you're safe. Boring safe. Jake's taking me places, literally. We're going to that resort to figure things out. Away from your nagging. I stared at her, the words sinking in. Figure things out? So you're leaving me for him? She shrugged, smug as ever. Not leaving, evolving. I need space to grow. You should too. Maybe find someone who likes your little routines. Her logic twisted like a knife. She made it sound like I was the villain for wanting commitment, for being loyal. And what about us? Our plans. Plans change, she said flatly. I don't need your permission to be happy. If you can't handle that, that's on you. There it was, the line that burned into my brain. She grabbed her phone, texting away, probably updating Jake on how she'd handled me. No remorse, just entitlement. I sat there, the betrayal hitting like waves. All those late nights, the ignored red flags, my sacrifices dismissed as suffocating. She packed a bag for the night, saying she'd crash at a friend's, Jake's, I later learned, and left without a backward glance. The door clicked shut, and the apartment felt hollow. That night, I didn't cry or rage. I just sat in the silence, letting it all sink in. Confusion swirled. How had I missed this? Flashback to our 3rd anniversary. I'd saved for months to take her to a cozy cabin upstate. She loved it then, or so she said. You're the best, she'd whispered. Now, that memory felt tainted, like everything was a lie. But something shifted inside me. No more begging for scraps. If she didn't need my permission to betray me, I didn't need hers to protect myself. I got up, methodically packing my things. Clothes, books, the coffee maker I'd bought, essentials first. I left her stuff untouched, even the shared items like the couch we'd picked out together. No pettiness, just detachment. By morning, I'd canceled our joint streaming accounts, transferred my half of the savings to my personal one. We'd kept finances mostly separate, thank God, and emailed the landlord about breaking the lease early. I loaded my car with boxes, left a simple note on the counter. You're right. You don't need my permission. Apartment's yours. Good luck. No drama, no accusations. Just done. I drove to a buddy's place on the outskirts of the city. He'd offered his guest room, no questions asked. Blocked her number, unfollowed on socials, erased her from my digital life. It hurt like hell, that quiet unraveling. But confrontation wasn't my style. Why fight for someone who saw me as a backup? I spent the next few days in a fog, questioning everything. Was I too boring? Too safe? But slowly, the confusion cleared. I started running again, reconnected with old friends, even applied for a promotion I'd put off for us. Her betrayal stung, but it woke me up. I wasn't going to chase. I was going to rebuild. She'd be back from the trip in a week, coming home to echoes. No permission needed. The first week after I left was rough. I'd crash on my buddy Mike's couch, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment. Confusion hit me in waves. Why had I ignored the signs? Flashback to 2 years back. Emily lost her job during a layoffs round, and I picked up extra freelance gigs to cover us both. We'll get through this, I'd said, holding her as she cried. Now, that felt like a joke. She'd taken my support and thrown it back as suffocating. The unfairness burned, but I didn't lash out. Instead, I channeled it. Signed up for that promotion at work, landed it within a month with a nice raise. Started hitting the gym, reading books on self-growth. Even took a solo road trip to clear my head. For the first time in years, I was living for me. The silence from her end? Golden at first, but I knew it wouldn't last. About 10 days later, I got the first hint of fallout. A mutual friend, Sarah, texted me. Hey, heard about you and Em. You okay? She's back from the trip and freaking out. I kept it brief. I'm good, thanks, but Sarah spilled anyway. Apparently, Emily returned to the empty apartment, found my note, and lost it. Called the cops thinking it had been robbed, only to realize I'd just taken my share. She tried reaching me, but blocked. So she hit up friends, playing the victim. He abandoned me out of nowhere. But the truth trickled out. People knew about Jake, the trip. Whispers started. Then the real karma unfolded. From what I pieced together later, through the grapevine, not stalking, the vacation was a disaster. Jake, Mr. Adventurous, turned out to be a nightmare. At the resort, he got jealous when some guy chatted her up at the bar, flipped out, accused her of flirting, even smashed a glass. She brushed it off as passion, but it escalated. By day 3, he was hitting on other women right in front of her, using the trip she'd partially funded, with money from our joint fund, ironically, to chase his own fun. They fought constantly. He gaslit her, calling her clingy for wanting exclusivity. Sound familiar? Turns out, Jake had a pattern. Mutual acquaintances revealed he'd done this to exes before, stringing them along for perks then bailing. By the end of the week, he dumped her via text mid-flight home. This was fun, but I'm not ready for serious. Let's stay friends. Classic. She landed alone, broke, the trip maxed her cards, and now homeless in spirit with the apartment echoing her mess. Work suffered. She'd taken the time off without much notice, and her boss called her in for a talk. Distracted and emotional, she botched a big presentation, got put on probation. Friends started distancing. Sarah told me a group chat blew up when someone shared screenshots of Emily's flirty posts with Jake while we were together. She's not who we thought, one said. Her family? They enabled her, of course. Her mom always babied her, saying guys like me were dull but reliable. But even they couldn't fix this. Emily unraveled fast. Social media went dark after a vague post about toxic people. She moved back in with her parents temporarily, but that imploded too. Arguments over her choices. Broke, isolated, reputation in tatters. Mutual friends stopped defending her. A couple even reached out to me apologizing for not seeing it sooner. I didn't gloat inwardly much, just noted the irony. She'd chased excitement and got burned, while my boring stability let me thrive. The confusion faded. I felt clear, almost free. Her downfall wasn't my revenge, it was just consequences. And damn, it felt earned. A month post-trip, the attempt started. First, an email, since I'd blocked her phone and socials. Subject, we need to talk. Body, hey, I know you're mad, but this is ridiculous. The apartment's a mess without you. The trip was a mistake. Jake was just a friend. Nothing happened. Can we meet? I miss our routines. I read it, felt a twinge of old hurt, but deleted without replying. She didn't miss me. She missed the safety net. Next came texts from unknown numbers. Burner apps, I guessed. Please, babe. I was stupid. Let's fix this. Ignored. Then calls, voicemails piling up. Pick up. You can't just disappear like this. We had something real. By month 2, escalation. She roped in her toxic crew. Her sister, Lisa, messaged me on LinkedIn of all places. You're being a jerk. Emily's hurting bad. Jake screwed her over, and now you're punishing her? Grow up and talk to her. Family sticks together, even if you're not blood. Unpleasant as hell, guilting me like I owed them. Blocked. Then her mom called from her landline. Young man, this is unacceptable. Emily's depressed because of you. She needs closure. Be a gentleman and hear her out. I hung up mid-sentence. Their pushiness showed their colors. Entitled, just like her. The in-person attempt came at month 3. I was at a coffee shop near my new place. I'd rented a small studio downtown after the promotion, working on my laptop. Door chimes, and there she was, disheveled, eyes red, scanning the room. Spotted me, marched over. You, she said, voice shaking with fake composure. We need to talk. Now. I looked up calmly, closed my laptop. Emily, what are you doing here? What am I doing? What are you doing? You left without a word. The apartment, our stuff, gone. I come back to nothing. Jake was awful, okay? He used me, got controlling, then ghosted. I'm sorry I went. But you overreacted. We can work this out. I know I messed up, but I love you. Her words dripped hypocrisy, admitting the betrayal but twisting it as my fault. Overreacted. I echoed evenly. No emotion, just facts. Yes, you didn't even fight for us. Just poof. That's not love, that's cowardice. She was getting louder, drawing stares. Desperation turning to anger. I gave you 5 years. And you throw it away over a trip? You threw it away, I said simply. With Jake. Remember? She huffed, tears starting. It was a phase. Please, come home. I need you. Everything's falling apart. Work, friends, money. You're the stable one. We balance each other. Begging now, but laced with that old smugness, like I should be grateful. I stood, gathered my things. No, Emily. We're done. Walked out, her calling after me. Fine. Be alone forever, you boring prick. True colors shining. I didn't look back. Blocked the new numbers, moved on. Her attempts fizzled after that. Or so I thought. Fast forward to last month, our mutual friend Sarah's wedding. I'd RSVP'd yes long ago, figuring Emily might skip it after everything. But no, she showed, probably hoping to corner me. The venue was this elegant garden spot outside the city, string lights, laughter, the works. I'd come with my new girlfriend, Alex, a colleague I'd met post-promotion. She's kind, driven, no games. We clicked naturally. It was easy, unlike before. I was at the bar, chatting with Mike, when Emily approached. Makeup couldn't hide the strain, thinner, tired eyes. Alone, no date. Hey, she said, voice small at first. Congrats on the promotion. Sarah mentioned it. Thanks. I replied politely, no warmth. Alex was nearby, sensing the vibe, but I handled it. Can we talk? Privately. Desperation again, but softer. I know I screwed up big time. Jake was abusive, controlling, cheated on me too. I'm in therapy now, fixing myself. I realize what I lost. You were good to me, and I took it for granted. Please, give us another chance. I miss you every day. Her plea hung there, hypocritical as ever, admitting faults but expecting absolution. Power flipped, her crumbling, me solid. I met her eyes, calm and firm. Emily, you said you didn't need my permission to be happy. Remember? Well, I don't need yours either. Not for moving on, not for this life I've built. You chose Jake, the excitement. I chose peace. And look, I'm thriving. New job, new place, someone who values me without the drama. She glanced at Alex, who smiled supportively, then back to me. Her face crumpled. But we had plans. Don't you care what happened to me? Not anymore, I said, mirroring her old logic. Plans change. You evolved, now I have. You're irrelevant to my happiness. Good luck figuring it out. She stood there, stunned, as I turned away, arm around Alex. The reversal hit her hard. Me upgraded, her desperate and exposed in front of old friends. Whispers followed her out early. Me? I danced the night away, emotionally free. She's a ghost now, a lesson learned. If you're reading this, Emily, permission granted to move on. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.